Hey yo, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Chad bringing y'all another video, man. And in this video, I just really want to have a talk with you guys about like what's going on, right? So, I've been sitting here for these past 3 to 4 days, and I've really seen where the media's narrative and the agenda that they've been pushing this entire time, just narratives and agendas. I've seen where that is starting to fall apart, right? So at first, it was strong. Now it's starting to fall apart. And I think people are starting to actually wake up to what's going on. One example of this happening is, the media and the narrative has been COVID's out of control. There's now Delta variant. There's another variant on the way. We need to get vaccines. If you don't support the vaccines, you're an anti-vaxxer. If you promote any other types of medicine or any other types of lifestyle like eating healthy, exercising, then you're anti-vax. You must be a Republican. You're a Nazi. You're killing people. You're the problem. You're a super spreader. And then you have stories like, I'll go ahead and with this video, I'll try to include all my facts. You feel me? But then you have people like Joe Rogan who catches COVID. He hooks up to his little IV drips of vitamin C. He uses ivermectin, alternative form of medicine, and his COVID is gone in one day. Like he said himself, he healed up quickly in one day. He then did the same thing the second day. By the second day, he was good. Third day, he was COVID negative.
I wasn't feeling good.
And you knew it then?
I woke up in the morning, I knew it. By the time in the morning, I was like, something's going on. Let's see what it is. It was 90 whatever % sure it was COVID. So morning I got tested, turned out positive, and then
just... And this is Sunday?
Mm-hmm, Sunday.
So,
sick,
and
do
you immediately, this is what I hadn't asked you yet. Did you have a plan in place in your head for like, if I get COVID,
yes.
I would do these months?
Yeah, I already had it in place.
You did?
Yeah, I was already ready to go.
So, and then you started taking them that day?
Yeah, I got it. I got all the stuff that I needed, took it that day, and then Monday I felt pretty fucking good. And I was taking vitamin IV drips every day, high dose of vitamin C. After I did this and I hit it with the NAD and the high dose vitamin C, I think it was 10,000 milligrams of vitamin C in the IV drip, which is like it's very effective. After that and the monoclonal antibodies and all the other stuff, literally on Monday I felt pretty fucking good.
So that's pretty fast.
Pretty
man.
Fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he tested positive on a Sunday. Monday, he said he was feeling great. Tuesday, great. Wednesday, he's COVID negative. It took 3 days. He said he even did basically what Trump did, the IV drips and different things like that.
Stuff that, you took IV drips and what was it?
Monoclonal antibodies.
And what is monoclonal antibodies?
It's the shit they gave Trump.
So it came out in the news that, Joe Rogan used ivermectin. And of course the media is spinning this whole, that's horse dewormer, don't use that, doctors don't prescribe it, he's being crazy, he's a tinfoil hat lunatic, he's using alternative forms of medicine, it's not research.
Bro, do I have to sue CNN?
I don't know, do you?
They're making shit up. They keep saying I'm taking horse dewormer. I literally got it from a doctor. It's an American company.
Mm-hmm.
They won the Nobel Prize in 2015 for use in human beings.
Yeah.
And CNN is saying I'm taking horse dewormer.
Yeah. What? So
they must know that that's a lie.
Well, there's a lot of people saying it.
Right, but a lot of people can say it.
Okay. Yeah.
Like the internet says it. Who cares?
Sure.
But CNN is saying it.
When Joe Rogan himself is like, yo, like my doctor prescribed me ivermectin. And apparently it's working better than whatever they're giving you guys. Whatever narrative and agenda they've been telling you guys works, mine worked quicker and I'm healthier faster.
But what they didn't highlight is that I got better.
Yeah, you got better quickly.
They try to make it seem as if like I'm doing some wacky shit that's completely ineffective. And
right.
CNN was saying that I'm a distributor of misinformation.
Look at me. I'm back here doing podcasts. And what's crazy is how that alternative form of medicine is basically like censored. You know, anything that's like more like beneficial to people besides the one thing that they keep pushing, you see how they try to smear it. They tried to smear Joe Rogan. They tried to smear the medicine, and they're making it seem like there's only one way out of this, and it's not. And a lot of people are seeing that, and they're waking up. Now, the zombies, the NPCs, the people who don't think for themselves, they'll see places like CNN try to smear Joe Rogan's name about ivermectin, and they'll be like, I don't know why he's taking that, and that's not good for you. He's leading people to do crazy types of medicines, and it's like they're wishing he would be sick longer. And that's what's so sick about this. The people who really are mad at Joe Rogan for getting healthy the way he did by being COVID negative, you know, like I said, the IV drips, the ivermectin, he took some other types of vitamins. It's like they want him to be sick instead of being healthy. And to me, it's like, I don't understand. Like, if the whole point is for people who aren't vaccinated to be healthy, because y'all say they're super spreaders, but now we have alternative forms of medicine that people know of that is able to make them not sick quicker, wouldn't you guys be happy about that? And wouldn't you want to tell everybody else that there's a medicine that can help people recover faster so that way they're not spreading COVID? That's just some food for thought. Then I see places like Israel who have about 80 to 90% of their populations vaccinated, and their COVID numbers are still spiking. So they're going higher and higher and higher. And a part of me is like, okay, what this tells us off rip is what we've all been saying for so long, that the COVID vaccine doesn't stop you from spreading or getting COVID. It only mitigates symptoms. So the people who have the vaccine feel like they're just morally better and I'm the hero of society. Those people are spreading the virus and contracting it at the same rates of people who don't have the vaccine. You feel me? Except for the people who don't have the vaccine go, okay, I don't have the vax. Like me, I knew I had COVID. I woke up one morning, I sat up on the edge of my bed. I'm like, I feel weird. Something's definitely off. Then one of the people in my group chat texted the group chat and said they tested positive. I said, before I even got tested, I said, yeah, I got COVID. Tested for it. 3 days later, I had COVID. Quarantine, everything. I'm COVID negative now. I'm going on with my life. I realized I had it, so I quarantined. Versus people whose the vaccine mitigates symptoms, they get COVID, don't really know it, and they're still spreading it thinking that they're safe and they don't get it. So we see there that both vaccinated and unvaccinated, and Israel's the most vaccinated in the world, their COVID numbers are still spiking despite people having the vaccine. Now, some people say, but Delta's out and it's more contagious. They're the most vaccinated, which means they're up to date. Okay? Then I'm also realizing that if COVID's still spiking, they have the vaccine, they're the most vaccinated. It's just like I've been saying, that when we have a vaccine that doesn't kill COVID, but mitigate symptoms, what the virus is basically doing is basically like, okay, I'm chilling in this human's body and I'm wreaking some havoc, right? Okay, I realize that they have the vaccine. So now I'm not wreaking havoc as much because they kind of made me weaker, right? But now I'm able to tell my homies, all my other COVID friends, hey man, they got a vaccine out. It's not killing us, but it's weakening us from doing what we got to do. We got to build an immunity to this one so that way we can come back even stronger and infect more people. And that's what's going on. The people who are getting the vaccine, they're becoming more infectious because the vaccine that they have isn't killing COVID. It's actually allowing for COVID to become a stronger virus and spread and be more contagious. So when this whole pandemic first started, there was no Delta. The vaccines came along, people started getting vaccinated, then all of a sudden it's Delta. Then they're like, well, now you need a booster shot to protect you from Delta. So now they're taking the booster shots for Delta, and they're like, incoming, another virus, another strain. And now they're like, well, now you may need another booster shot. And to me, I haven't been vaccinated, but what I've been seeing is the goalpost was here. Get vaccinated so we can stop the spread, slow the curve, and people won't die. Then the goalpost moved further. The goalpost has gone further. The goalpost has gone further. The goalpost has gone further. And for me, it's like, I kind of feel bad for those who have been vaccinated, because if we're going to be honest, the goalpost has moved for you guys so much that it's like you guys would just have to keep getting vaccinated again and again. So I'm sitting up here looking at y'all like, okay, they're being vaccinated again and again and again. This is booster 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. While I'm like, wow, like the science keeps changing. Y'all keep getting shots. And then it's even come out that off this Israel thing that people who have not been vaccinated or people who have caught COVID, have not been vaccinated, are 6 to 13 times more likely not to get COVID again than people who have been vaccinated. Let me say that again. People who are not vaccinated and caught COVID are 6 to 13 times more likely not to get COVID and be protected from COVID than people who got the vaccine. And there's a clear reason for that. I got the natural immunity. I built up a natural, my immune system said, COVID, okay, Chad, you got sick. We see what happened here. We're going to upgrade ourselves and we're going to be better for the next time. Versus people with the vaccine, you get the vaccine and your body says, okay, the vaccine, it's going to take care of the job. It should definitely kill off COVID, because your body doesn't know this is only going to mitigate symptoms. This isn't going to kill the whole virus. Your body is thinking one thing, but the vaccine is doing another. So your body's basically like, okay, I've been vaccinated and the symptoms are mitigated, but this is helping my immune system. So you get the vaccine, it helps your immune system. It kind of tricks your immune system into letting the vaccine do the work of what naturally your immune system would do. So then when they say your vaccine wore off and you need a booster shot, you're more susceptible to getting COVID because your body never fought it off in the first place. The vaccine basically was the forerunner and your immune system was like the backup generator to what's going on. Versus my immune system is the only thing I have. So when I survive COVID, it's like, we ready for next time, big bro. We ready. You feel me? And I don't know, man. It's just gotten to the point where it's like, if people are still listening to the media and what the media is spewing out of their mouth, it's like you choose to be ignorant. It's like the Matrix. Like the dude chose, yo, I see this steak. I'm eating this steak. I know it's just numbers and digits, but I don't care. I want to be ignorant. As long as you make me rich, as long as you make me never remember what's happening, I'm good. You feel me? And that's what he did. So it's even come out, what was I gonna say? Alright, bet. I figured out what I was gonna say. My train of thought was still boarding at the station, you feel me? I'm just gonna knock out multiple videos here, because it just has to be said, you feel me? So, I saw a lot of video, and I also saw when my mom was watching, The View, which, those people are just completely dumb. This doctor has said that she refuses to any longer treat unvaccinated people because they willingly chose not to take the vaccine, so they're willingly getting sick, and she's having to treat them.
Now, Florida doctor is giving her patients an ultimatum.
Yeah, either they get the COVID vaccine or they'll have to look for another doctor.
NBC6 reporter Amanda Placencia spoke to the family physician about her decision.
No vaccine, no treatment. One local doctor is taking matters into her own hands to encourage her patients to get the COVID vaccine.
I understand people are free to choose, but to me, it's a problem when it affects other people.
Dr. Linda Maricini accepts most types of insurance, but she says she won't treat you in her office if you're not vaccinated from COVID-19. With the Delta variant causing the latest COVID surge, she says she had to make a tough decision for her practice.
When it comes to the safety of others, and when it comes to it's a global health problem, community health problem, at this point, I really say that this is where it draws a line in the sand for me.
The family practice physician based in South Miami sent this letter to her patients saying they will no longer continue seeing patients who are not vaccinated by September 15th, as they don't want to subject other patients and staff to unnecessary risk. She says their decision was based on science, not politics.
And there's been also millions of deaths globally. So, I mean, that's not something to ignore. People are getting to where everybody knows somebody that died from COVID. This is a problem that really everybody needs to help out with. And it's affecting our collective communal health.
Dr. Maricini says her letter does not violate the Hippocratic Oath regarding the obligations of doctors to their patients because she's still giving the option for telemedicine or referral to other doctors. But can she do this without violating state law? Governor DeSantis signed a bill earlier this year banning vaccine passports. In September 16th, Florida could start issuing up to $5,000 fines to businesses, schools, and government agencies that ask for proof that you're vaccinated. We spoke to attorney Juan Carlos Planas about the legalities in this specific case.
I don't believe you can treat a medical clinic the same way you can any business. But I also think that she lays something very crystal clear that will probably impede the state's ability to fine any business. She lays out in a medical way how exactly she wants to protect her staff. And she specifically states that no medical professional has found many people who cannot be vaccinated for medical reasons.
Dr. Maricini says only about 15% of her patients were hesitant about the COVID-19 vaccine. She gave many of her patients about a month to figure out a plan moving forward. Amanda Placencia, NBC6 News.
And my thing is like, first off, you took an oath to protect people and be the doctor that you went to school to do, right? So now that's out the window because of the unvaccinated. And I told you guys in a previous video, they're going to make the unvaccinated seem like they're demons, you feel me? They're going to try to demonize us as much as they can. So that's first off. She's already breaking her oath. She's acting like she's higher and mighty because she's vaccinated, and she can't treat the unvaccinated because they willingly chose. And then I watched The View, and the woman on there had a very good point. My mom had called me and she's like, Chad, come here, come watch this. She has a really good point. She kind of says the same things you say. I was like, all right, bet. Let me take a listen. Because The View, like I said, Joy Behar, an idiot. I'm sorry, she's an idiot. She says she's literally the most propaganda, narrative, and agenda-pushing puppet I have ever seen. You feel me? But anyway, so the lady on there was like, it's kind of crazy that this doctor is saying this, saying like, oh, the unvaccinated, they didn't want to be vaccinated, so them getting sick is their fault, and I'm not going to treat them because they willingly chose, to be unvaccinated. And she's like, so does she treat people who have lung cancer because they willingly chose to smoke a cigarette? Does she treat people who have liver damage because they willingly chose to drink alcohol? And I was like, that's a great point. Like, you can't be mad at people's personal choices as a doctor and then just refuse them service because they didn't align with your narrative and your agenda. And that's why I said this isn't science anymore. If this was science, these unvaccinated people would be treated by this doctor. But this isn't science. This is, if you don't follow along with what I did, what I feel, how I think I saved society, how I'm morally higher than you all are, or following my narrative and my agenda, then, hey, I'm not treating you, you feel me? And that's my whole point. It's like, this has never been about the science. If it was about the science, ivermectin, hydrochloroquine, all them, I'm not your doctor, so do not try to take any advice from me, but those would be alternative forms of medicine they would have put alongside. They would have really said, all right, guys, we warp speed this vaccine. We have a vaccine ready against COVID, but we also have alternative forms of medicine if you guys do not want to take the vaccine. And we also encourage you to have a healthy lifestyle, eat healthy, maybe slow down on fast food, exercise as much as you can. If you can't go to the gym because your gym's closed due to COVID or different restrictions, go outside, go on a run, do something in your yard, because that's science. That will tell you, okay, the science says that we have more than one option, which is get a vaccine. So for these doctors to, and just like I saw the nurses, they're quitting, and because they're like, the unvaccinated are taking all the hospital beds and blah, 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 and we don't want to treat them.
This is why.
Just moments ago, more than 75 doctors staged a walkout to protest the number of COVID patients coming to the hospitals who have not been vaccinated. The thing, let's bring in Kerry Sanders, because Kerry, you're in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, at this doctor's walkout. Kerry, and I know the area very well. What Americans don't understand is for every unvaccinated person that's filling up an ICU bed, that means with the hospitals jammed, somebody with a heart attack, and I've known somebody in this position, goes there, has trouble getting in, can't get treatment, can't get a bed. It is a nightmare for the doctors. It is a nightmare for the nurses. And to the doctor's point of view, it's worse yet for sick people that want help from them.
That is truly reflective of the frustration that you see behind me. And these doctors have gathered, some coming off their shifts to come out here, gathering to try to tell people, please, first of all, ignore the nonsense and the absurdities that you're hearing people say at public meetings and recognize the value of what a vaccine will do. 85% of the ICU beds in Florida are full. Now, there are some hospitals that have no space in the ICU. They've turned cafeterias, they've turned conference centers over to beds to house patients because they are so overwhelmed. Dr. J.T. Snarsky is joining us here. She's one of the doctors. First of all, you hear that woman at the school board saying the absurdity. How does that make you feel, and how do you combat it?
It's incredibly frustrating because we know vaccines are safe and effective, and it's people who go out and talk against them that really go against physicians and medicine and science, and it's not the message we want to get across to people. Vaccines are safe, and we need to get our communities vaccinated.
It is significant. As I step out here, I can see they're all standing here, white jackets, some coming off of their shifts.
Like, your job is to treat these people. Stop pushing narratives. Stop with your agenda. Not everybody's going to be vaccinated. You feel me? Like, this is common sense. Not everybody's going to eat turkey. Not everybody's going to eat beef. Not everybody's going to eat pork. So what are you going to do? Tell the pork eaters they can't come to your house to eat? You're going to tell the beef eaters stay home because you're not going to eat what I want you to eat? No, like, this is dumb. Like I said, this is going past the point of trust the science. This is, if you don't listen to me in my dictator ways or my communist ways, then I can't help you. And these same people, this same doctor who's saying, I don't want to help the unvaccinated, they willingly chose not to get the vaccine, so they're sick, I'm not going to help them, is literally furthering the narrative and the agenda of the unvaccinated spreading the virus because they're not being helped. But the thing is, the unvaccinated know they have COVID, so they're trying to quarantine and get help not to be sick, to hurt others, but they don't see it like that. And then I see Joy Behar on The View is like, yeah, I agree with the doctor. If they don't want to get vaccinated, then, that's their fault. She shouldn't have to treat them. I'm like, what are you talking about, idiot? Like, what are you talking about? They took an oath, and on top of that, just because they're not vaccinated doesn't mean that this doctor should refuse them just because it doesn't align with her agenda and her narrative. Like, what are they talking about? Like, it's gotten beyond, like I said, this has gotten beyond dumb. Then, I'm sorry, y'all, this video is getting long, but I just gotta hit the points. I've been away making videos for 3 days, and I'm just giving y'all a warp speed version of what's going on, you feel me? Then I see that Rand Paul and someone else, you remember when Rand Paul had basically questioned Dr. Fauci on, was he in the NIH? Was this gain of function research? Did he know about COVID? Could it have been possibly a lab? You feel me? And Fauci took the oath on the stand. He will not lie. And it's actually come out that Fauci has lied. You feel me? There's like a 900-page document that's been released that shows that Fauci is part of the NIH. Fauci and his team did do gain of function research. And it's like, bro, if people still listen to Fauci to this day, like I said, they willingly are choosing to be ignorant. You feel me? Because Fauci is nothing but a puppet for the puppet masters. I mean, when I tell you, they're sitting people down. They're like, sit down. And here's a plate of propaganda, narratives, and agendas. And you better eat all of it. Some people come to the table like, wow, I've never had this food before. And they're eating it. Some people come to the table like, yo, what is this? And then they hear, this saves society. You'll help protect everybody. And they eat right up. And the others of us are like, yo, like, nah, we not going for that. Y'all can invite somebody else to the table for us. They can have my spot. You feel me? So Fauci's been proven to have lied. Now, this isn't new news to anybody who has a brain that if you do like this, it rattles and it's like, whoa, stop shaking your head. You know as well as I do that we've been saying for a year and a half, Fauci is lying. Fauci's a liar. Fauci's a lying. He changes his position every other day. Every other week is different. They're having him be the forerunner. It's like they know people, Joey, move, get out. It's like they know that people listen to this man without questioning it. Like this whole, all these narratives, agendas, the media pushing all this stuff, you know, like they said, you know, the devil is like the prince of the airways, basically. You feel me? And so he broadcasts his spell on people through the media, through different channels of receiving information. You feel me? And it's like people are just, I don't know, bro. Like, I've actually kind of given up trying to, it's like I told people, like, I no longer try to tell people, oh, you guys should trust me on this and da-da-da-da-da. Like, I literally give the information. I literally give the facts, the truth, the information, and that's it. I say, here you go. Here's all you need to figure out that this is all lies. I get up and I leave. You feel me? And then if you can't take the information I gave you that's literally straight up just facts and truth, it's not even like I'm trying to push a narrative. I try to be honestly, I try to make this channel as unbiased as possible. Yes, on some issues I lean one way, but I still say, you know what? Just in case people watch me that aren't the way I lean, I have to lean back to the middle and give you guys an unbiased opinion with facts and truth. So that way this isn't rocket science, you feel me? And so it's just like, if you don't follow narrative and the agenda, then you're anti-vax, you're demonized, you're trying to hurt people, you don't want to trust the science that's there, you're this, you're that. But I definitely see though, like, God is working because the truth is being exposed. Everything hidden in the dark is being exposed in the light. And what's crazy is if people would just take a little time not to rush these decisions that they're making based off fear, based off propaganda, based off narratives and agenda. Because if you're making your decision based off narratives, agendas, fear, propaganda, that's not free will. It's not. Because you're not making this decision on your own. You're allowing something to subconsciously and consciously make the decision for you. Versus you being like, you know what? I'm just going to chill. I'm going to wait until more stuff comes out and then I'll make my decision. Instead, you're like, Delta virus, Delta variant, I'm going to go get vaccinated. Delta variant, they're lying. There's no other types of medicine. Oh my gosh. Like, and it's just gotten beyond me. Oh, I just saw the news. This doctor says she's no longer going to treat unvaccinated people. That means I need to go get vaccinated. What if I get it? My doctor decides not to treat me. Like, come on, dog. Like, it's not this difficult. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what could happen for people to wake up. I really don't. Like, I genuinely don't. And I pray every night that those people, they can find the truth. They try to search for it. But I see now that this is just a matter of people who search for truth and understanding and knowledge and wisdom, and people who would rather people do that for them. And that's why we're in this situation that we're in, man. That's literally why we're in the situation we're in. But yeah, man, I don't want this video to be too long. Like I said, I'm going to try to get the sources, try to throw them up on the screen while I'm talking at any point, just so you guys can see. If I don't, I guarantee you've seen what I've been talking about. You've seen these types of videos. But yeah, man, if you have any questions or comments or concerns, leave them down below. Thank you guys for subscribing and watching. You know, I try not to, you know, say leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that, because I feel like if you, you know, want to, then you can. But I definitely thank you guys for watching. It's been your boy Chad, and I'm out. Peace.